Namaste everyone, I'm your Dr. Ramesh Kasarla. In this video series, we will delve into the complexities of the female reproductive systems and focusing on the oogenesis and how follicular development it is taking place. Before we proceed, I strongly suggest to revisiting our previous videos where we thoroughly discussed oogenesis in the female reproductive systems. I clearly explained about the mitosis process and meiosis process. This background knowledge will greatly enhance your understanding for the upcoming content. Let's look about the follicular development. Follicular development, it is a vital process in the female reproductive systems. It is leading to the ovulation and potential for the fertilization. It is involved in the series of precise steps from the formation of the primordial follicles to release the mature oocytes. Understanding this follicular development, it is crucial for grasping the female fertility and reproductive health. In this overview, we will explore the key stages of the follicular developments and their importance in the reproductive journey. Do you believe before birth itself only primordial germ cells are produced and these are finishing their first mitosis process, and it will migrate from the yolk sac to genital ridges which develop into the ovarian in females, establishing the foundation for the reproductive development. These migrating cells eventually differentiated into the oogonia. The precursor cells is essential for the formation of oocytes. This marking the initial step further towards the maturation of the female gametes. Next step is the oogonia differentiation. Following the migration and localization in the genital ridges, the oogonia, regarded as a precursor cell, undergo to the mitosis, a process leading to their proliferation and subsequent differentiation. This differentiation results in the formation of the primary oocytes, marking the pivotal transition in the development of the female reproductive cells from their early precursor state towards to the more specialized and mature stage. Now oogonium is entering into the meiosis process. This meiosis process is the two stages, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Meiosis 1 is the longer process and it is started before the birth and also arrested in the prophase 1 stage in incomplete. This prophase 1 will complete in the after puberty and it will continue the other steps in the meiosis 1. This process, when it is finished, that ovum is released. After ovum released, when fertilization taking place with the sperm, then only that meiosis process will complete. And here is a one interesting point. Before the birth, oogonium stem cells used to produce the more than 2 million cells, and these all cells are entered into the meiosis 1 and arrested in the prophase phase. But until puberty, we used to lose a lot of cells, and during the after puberty, first egg release, we are having around the 40,000 to 50,000 oogonium cells. These oogonium cells each and every month 10 to 15 or 15 to 20 oogoniums are developed into the oocytes or ovum. These all cells, only one cell is going to completely develop into the ovum, that is the female egg. Next step is formation of the primordial follicles. Primordial follicles are having a single layer of the squamous or flattened granulosa cells surrounding the primary oocytes transform into the layer of the cuboidal cells. These primary oocytes remains in the arrested prophase 1 of the meiosis until further development. Now primordial cells are converting into the primary follicles. The transmission from the primordial to primary follicles marks a crucial stage in the ovarian development. The granulosa cells surrounding the oocytes undergo to the transformation from the flat to cuboidal shape. This change in morphologically encapsulates the primary oocytes within the follicle. Here, the follicle stimulating hormones play a key role in initiating this metamorphosis, thereby triggering the follicle maturation. So now with the help of the FSH, hormone, this primary follicle is going to convert into the secondary follicles. Without this follicle stimulating hormone, this primary follicles remains in the primary follicle stage only. It is not going to differentiate further. Now primary follicles are entering into the secondary follicle. Secondary follicles evolve from the further maturation of the primary follicles and are characterized by the emergence of the antrum, a fluid-filled cavity within the follicles. These developments mark a significant transition in the follicular growth and a key step towards to the ovulation. Additionally, the zona pellucida and glycoprotein rich matrix and surrounds the oocyte within the follicles. It plays a vital role in the fertilization by mediating the interactions between the sperm and oocytes. Inside the nucleus of the oocyte, having the genetic material is originated into the chromosomes undergoing to the dynamic changes during the maturation. These changes are crucial for the subsequent stages of the reproductive process, including the fertilization and embryonic development and genetic material transfer from the parent to child. Now secondary follicles undergoing the differentiation of the vesicular follicles. The vesicular follicles or the Graafian follicles signifies the ultimate and fully mature stage of the follicular development preceding the ovulations. These vesicular follicles are containing the theca layer, also called as the theca cell layer, and follicle fluid antrum and granulosa cell layer and oocyte with the genetic material. These theca layers offers the both structural integrity and hormonal support, and antrum containing the fluid, follicular fluid, it is crucial for the nourishment of the enclosed oocyte. And also granulosa cell layer is involved in the hormonal exchange and hormonal release. After fully developed, the vesicular follicles is entering into the ovulation. The ovulation is the pivotal event in the menstrual cycles, is initiated by the surge in the luteinizing hormones. It's promoting the release of the mature egg from the Graafian follicles into the fallopian tube, where it is waits potential for the fertilization by the sperm. Now Graafian follicles are entering into the ovulation process. Following the ovulations, the remittents of the ruptured follicles undergo to the remarkable transformations, forming a structure known as the corpus luteum. This specialized endocrine gland secretes the progesterone. It is a key hormone vital for the preparing the uterine lining in the endometrium for the potential implementation of the fertilized egg. The progesterone-rich environment creates the corpus luteum, fosters the optimal conditions necessary for the embryo implantations and early pregnancy establishment within the uterus. Upon the ovulation, the mature oocyte is released from the Graafian follicles into the fallopian tube. This event marks a crucial stage in the reproductive process, as ovulated oocytes becomes to the available for the fertilization by the sperm. Traveling through the fallopian tube, the oocyte embark on the journey towards to the uterus, where it waits possibly to encountering the sperm for the fertilizations. If fertilization is occurs, the oocyte undergo to the further development, eventually leading to the formation of the embryo. If fertilization does not occur within the specific time, the oocyte degenerate and contributing the menstrual cycle's natural progression. Mature oocyte is containing the structural parts of the first polar body and spindle, zona pellucida, oocyte and cloud of the granulosa cells. Until now, this mature oocyte completed the meiosis process 1, meiosis 1 only. It is not entered until now to the meiosis 2. Now final step is fertilization. The journey of human reproduction from the inseminations to formation of the fertilized ovum or the zygote is a remarkable process embodying the potential for the new life. It begins with the inseminations that sperm cells are coming into the fallopian tube and fertilizing the matured ovum, followed by the ovulated oocyte entering into the meiosis process 2. Now this meiosis process 2 now starting, it is finished within the few hours. It's leading to the formation of the polar bodies and male and female pronuclei. The fusion of these pronuclei gives rise to the zygote, which carries the genetic material from the both parents, mother and father. Father is having the sperm cells. That sperm cells is having the 23 chromosomes. From the mother, mature oocytes is having the 23 another chromosomes. These both together, we are having the now 46 diploid chromosomes. This single cell entry serves as a precursor to the embryogenesis, symbolizing the beginning of the development of the new individual. These are the wonderful steps involved in the follicular developments. Let's have a summary. The process of follicular developments in human reproduction involves in the several key steps. First one is the migration of the primordial germ cells into the genital ridges, leading to the differentiation into the oogonia. This oogonia undergo to the mitosis, forming the primary oocytes. The primary oocytes surrounded by the granulose cells to form the primordial follicles. These follicles progress the primary and secondary stages characterized by the presence of the antrum and zona pellucida. It is finally produced the vascular, the Graafian follicles matures and undergo to the ovulations triggered by the luteinizing hormones. After the ovulation, Scarpus luteum secretes the progesterone, preparing the uterine lining for the potential embryonic implantation. Then the mature oocyte is released into the fallopian tube and ready for the fertilizations. If the fertilizations occurs, zygotes forms and marking the beginning of the embryogenesis. This journey from the primordial germ cells to zygote formation represent the enhance the human reproductions and promising the new life and continuation of the species. In our next video, we will explore the intricate process and structural parts and functions of the human egg. For deeper understanding, visit my channel Dr. Ramesh Kasarla. Please don't hesitate to share your suggestions in the comment section below. Thank you. Dhanyavad. Be healthy.